Hello and welcome back to Back Corner Comics. Today we're talking about a title that I really enjoyed, which is Buff Soul by Moa Romanova. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Who is a Swedish cartoonist. She's worked with Fantagraphics in the past with Goblin Girl. I have not read that yet, but after reading Buff Soul, I'm definitely going to track down a copy. So Buff Soul is about Moa's friend who was in a punk rock band called Shit Kids, and they toured a little bit in the US. And this is the kind of story of Moa joining them on that journey. And there's a lot of really cool American based locations that they go to in this title. If you know about the punk rock scene in the 1990s, then you're going to feel at home with this title. I think it carries this really great punk rock energy throughout the entire thing. And then on top of that, Moa has this really great postmodern punk pop type of art style. I don't really know how to describe it, but when we crack it open, you'll see what I'm talking about. Very interesting, very different. She's doing something completely different than what other cartoonists are doing, and I think she really stands out the same way Kayla E stands out with Precious Rubbish. So yeah, let's just get into Buff Soul proper. Really great like pastel colors here. And I think this image best exemplifies the story that Moa was going for. And it's this great emotional story about friendship, addiction, especially addiction at a young age. This is Moa, and that's her friend, Asa, throwing up in the toilet. Buff Soul. Really good stuff. I enjoyed this title. So she kind of, this starts with her having this dream about this girl, and you kind of get where she's from later on in the story and why Moa is thinking about her so much. And in a way, she's like the ghost of this story where she's with Moa and every decision that Moa is making. And as you can tell here, the line work is just so clean. It's like perfect. It's precise. This is a friend that I believe her name is Sarah. Sarah, she comes and goes throughout the story. And all of these characters are based on people that she knows in real life. I don't think she changed their names even. I think that's just who they are. This guy is the lead band guy of the Melvins. So if you know about the Melvins, you know that they were big in the 90s. They kind of ushered in a lot of, I would say, commercial punk rock music. He was best friends with Kurt Cobain, and there's a moment where Moa picks up this frame that has him and Kurt in it, and you kind of don't really know why she picks it up, but you're like, oh, well, that's just her looking at a picture of Kurt Cobain and this guy. But later on, you kind of really understand why she was looking at the frame, and I thought that was like a really emotional gut punch. Wasn't expecting that. Here is a really good example of the way that she draws architecture and trees. And I just think she understands like Americana imagery in such a unique way. Here's a flashback sequence, I believe. It's very dreamy. So it's really about partying and rock and roll with this undercurrent of like, you know, addiction in your early 20s, and what does that look like? Are we actually addicted to these chemicals, or are we relying on how they make us feel? I love this little thing with the dog. He's like a Chihuahua pit bull mix, and I've seen animals that look like that. And when I say animals, I do mean dogs, but at this point, it's just a pure animal. Look at it. We all know one of those in our personal lives, I'm sure. So she gets this, she gets the American building, you know. I know that sounds kind of ridiculous, but I just feel like she understands that and she communicates it so well. And as you can tell, her art style is just so different. Big feet, kind of like big built bodies. They're at a party, partying here. The color work is just fantastic. I would love to know her process and how long she actually spends on just color alone. I wonder if that's something that she keeps in mind as she's doing the line work. This one's just, this page is great right here. Love this beautiful sunset type of thing. But yeah, this is Buff Soul. I really enjoyed it, guys. I think this is like a really good title this year. Great addition to the Fantagraphics pantheon of amazing comics. And Moa is a rock star as far as I'm concerned. I'm really looking forward to her next thing, whatever that may be. And yeah, I really like this. It's packaged in this, as you can tell, amazing hardcover with a lot of shiny bits and pieces. And there's really cool hearts on the cover. So yeah, this is Buff Soul by Moa Romanova. This is Back Corner Comics. Thank you for watching.